Hello everyone and welcome back to the Luigi's Mansion playthrough.
Hello.
Today we're just going to be carrying on. We might go back to some areas, go get some of the booze you might have missed. Just go have a look around basically.
Yeah. Right. Inside Out, let's carry on. I've got my main point now. I just remembered.
Got him.
Why I like it. Basically, one of the reasons it's so good, I don't know if this is like Pixar's like intentions originally. I doubt it probably ever went into this.
Just go with the feeling that it is, because it most probably is.
It's really good for special needs kids. In fact, hang on, let me explain. Because my brothers, they all have special needs, and they can't relate to emotions. They don't know how to feel emotions at times, and they can't understand them.
Yeah.
So the fact of having these physical emotions means they can attach themselves to these like physical characters.
Oh, I see.
And
That's
so, like,
pretty good.
Special needs kids in schools are being given these characters to help them like sort of understand their emotions and start sort of relating themselves to people properly.
That is really great, and that is.
I don't know if that's an intention with the characters.
I can see that being an intention because Pixar do stuff like that anyway.
But
that's kind of the reason they made Toy Story, was because it helped to try and kind of help kids empathise a bit more with the stuff they were getting. It's what I think about it anyway. But I have no problem with that. If that's actually the case, then fine. That's a good reason to make the film, because that stuff like that needs to happen more. But what I'm saying is, if that's not the case, I like to think it is. But if it's just because I can't think of any other reason besides, what if emotions had feelings? What if we could see inside the body? Which has been done before. Have you seen the film Osmosis Jones?
No.
I mean, that film's shit, but like it was quite original for its time, and that idea of being inside the body, they're not emotions, they're germs and white blood cells basically in that film. But that kind of premise has been done, and it's kind of a tired premise. There's a TV show, an old cheesy 80s sitcom called Hector's Head, where it basically was a comedy about a guy and his like shitty boring life, and his emotions had personality. His emotions were the emotions, and so like not glamour. What's the other one? Oh, it's another name for beauty. It begins with a G or something. I'll just say beauty for the minute. I'll try and think what it was. Beauty was a blonde hot girl and stuff like really cheesy things like that. Yeah. And it was kind of done terribly, but it's just a premise that's been done to death, I think. Not shitting on Inside Out for it. I think it did I think it did well, rather, with it. And it is an enjoyable film, but I think comparing it to something like Toy Story, which is original, it was original for its time, and I still think the way those characters are written, the idea of toys coming to life, again, that's been done, like Indian in the Cupboard, stuff like that, but it's how you do it that makes it more interesting. Like I totally respect. Okay, say Toy Story 2. Toy Story 2 for me is more original than the first one. I enjoy the second one more than the first one in some ways. But I don't think Inside Out is that innovative. I don't think it's that interesting. I don't think
it's got some interesting things. It's sort of just about sort of moods and sort of emotions and feelings. Like the whole idea of like the emotions when they can turn sad.
Yeah, but like
sadness touch, and like it's sort of that whole thing of like emotions can be sort of affected by other things. And
yeah, I get that, but it's also it also takes away from the actual main character, the little girl, but she's not in control of her actions. She doesn't. And okay, you could use that as a good metaphor. Yeah, I can see your point a bit more now when you apply that line to it. She's not in control of her own emotions.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like the happiness, you can see that happiness can turn sad, and sadness can still be a bit happy, but sort of sad.
But I'm just saying, from a narrative standpoint, it doesn't really work, because if happiness is happy and can only be that, so can be other things besides that, then what's the point?
Does it ever specify that though, as a solid sort of structure? Joy can only feel joy.
But like but she is the joy in a person's body. How can she be anything other than joy? Because she is joy. Joy can't be other things, because that's what the other emotions are for. You can't be joyful and angry, because anger is already there. You know what would work better? If it was just those two characters, happiness and sadness, and they were other emotions. That would work. That would be totally fine. I think the fact they have so many useless anger, like what is his role in that film besides being angry? It takes it away, that kind of role, from anyone else, and it makes less sense for of other characters and emotions to be like that. I just feel like if they'd streamlined the story a bit more, made it not dumbed it down, made it simpler, and kind of just focused on good dialogue to make stuff like that make sense and make it work. It's not so much make sense because you can have wacky premises. It's more make sense within its own universe. Like the stuff, like when what's that bit when her mind starts falling apart or something like that. That was
the world's.
That's it.
Down.
I thought that was really weird because it's like, is that supposed to imply brain damage? It's not quite as dark as that, but like.
Well, she has like the family world, so this is her becoming disconnected with her family,
and
and going to herself. That's all that's supposed to imply. Like she's losing these like connections with emotions.
So if you open this door, Toad like hits you. Look, I was trying to do it in a way that wouldn't let me get hit, but I couldn't do it. I get that, and I kind of like the dad character. Holy shit, he's great. The dad character is fucking great, but and his internal characters are like so funny, and it is a really funny film. But like, I just think it needed to do that little extra 10% for me to go, this is fucking great. It is a good film, and I don't slate it. It is better than say like Home by DreamWorks. That film is just uninspired bullshit. It isn't uninspired bullshit. It's just stuff that's been done, but it needed to have that extra bit of creativity to really push it up there. It is good, and if it's like doing the things you said it did, then I respect it for that.
Definitely, yeah. It has a lot of uses, that film.
Would you rank it up there with Pixar's best though? Because I wouldn't.
I probably would. Each one of their films is different. The only thing that lets Pixar down ever is Cars.
Yeah,
which
is ironic because it's the one that's getting the most kind of sequels in a way and the most coverage because it sells the best. It actually sells more than Toy Story, which is really surprising.
It's all those little bloody toy cars though they can make out of it, and they're so cheap to make, and even they're cheap to sell, so people buy them.
Okay, now something we can both kind of agree on is that Pixar. Well, sorry, what are you gonna say?
That's right, I'm done.
That Pixar.
It's like the longest film run we've ever had.
Oh yeah, it's like the only time we've ever seriously disagreed on a film. I think. Oh no, maybe Spider-Man 2, but you can get another time.
I've never been that behind it before. Pixar's like my biggest sort of thing. Well, I don't think I've ever probably expressed enough.
Do you think Pixar need to stop doing sequels to films? Like Toy Story as a trilogy, fine. 3 was a bit unneeded. You could just 2 films, that would have been fine. I think 4 is pushing it.
It depends how the full direction goes. I know what they're going for, obviously, but it depends what the subplots and what else they do with it is. It
is a prequel. That's fine. That's totally fine. It needed other characters. Stop using Woody and Buzz. Seriously, they've had the stories. They've had the arcs. Woody went through the same arc in 2 that he did in 3. There is there's nowhere else you can take that character. That's interesting.
I think it'd be nice to see them again. That's literally it.
Yeah, well, it would. I totally agree. But like, yeah. This is Biff Atlas. Sorry, Peach. That move. There we go. I just feel like they're doing it for money. I kind of feel they are. That's the reason. I
reckon that's probably more of a Disney thing than a Pixar thing.
Yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that. Apparently,
like John Lasseter, he wouldn't do. He's too good.
He's done some pretty shitty things, I've heard. Rumours, but like, he is cool, and he's kind of pushed them in a great direction. But like,
Pixar wouldn't be what it is without him at all.
No. All that Steve Jobs actually.
Oh yeah, actually true.
I don't like Steve Jobs for a lot of things, but like,
like what?
He's an arsehole to his family. Do you know that?
Well,
he stole other people's ideas. He's a great businessman, don't get me wrong, but like he's a good businessman because he was ruthless, which is what you need to be if you're a businessman. Yeah. And I respect him for doing so well, but he was fucking ruthless to other people.
Of course, but some of like the innovations and stuff that him and Apple came out with, and the whole computer sector, was pretty revolutionary.
He kind of owned it. Like, okay, getting back to Pixar.
Wanking off Steve Jobs.
Cars 4, is that needed? That is not needed.
No.
I'm sorry. That's a stupid idea. Cars 2 was pushing it then. Incredibles 2, that needed a sequel.
Oh yeah.
That fucking needs one. I was so happy that got announced.
A little bit. That was brilliant.
Finding Dory, not needed. It really isn't.
I'm undecided about that. Still, I think I need to see it first.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was basically my reaction to that.
I think that film was pretty perfect by itself.
Yeah, it was. It told a. That's one of my favourites. Still, I think it told. That's probably the best story of any Pixar film, apart from Wall-E or maybe. Okay, no, they're all pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every Pixar film is different.
It's just a great adult kid story thing they usually have on, and Finding Nemo had a good story for adults. You know, it's okay to let your children go. It's okay to let them do what they want, but also listen to your parents
and keep them away from sharks.
Fish are friends, not food. Do you remember when that came out?
Yeah.
I remember. I didn't get to see that at cinema.
I did.
My Ethan got invited to a kid's birthday party and I didn't.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking bastard. And they went to the Odeon to see Finding Nemo, and because I didn't get invited, my mum bought me a huge tub of sweets, and I ate them and just made myself sick. Sweets are friends, not food.
I think we should go over my original point about the good dinosaur anyway, where we started off on this. About the whole point of that I was going to go with is like, when did that come out? Who knew? There was like zero marketing for that film. I was saying, I saw a trailer for it about when I was in like the cinema. I was like, oh, is this out?
It's getting pretty mixed reviews.
I do want to see it still, because it's a Pixar film and they're pretty great usually.
I'm a bit undecided. I'm not saying no. I agree with that. The thing I was disagreeing with was whether I wanted to see it, because the dinosaur story stuff has been done. Again, that's
of course.
I've seen. Remember Disney's Dinosaur? That really shitty animated film. That is basically the same story. You know, what if dinosaurs didn't die out? It's been done.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Pixar are going to do a terrible job of it. They might do okay. It might be enjoyable. But I want to see something new, Pixar.
Surely if they're not putting sort of that much into it, it must mean something. Because usually Pixar massively goes out and is like, oh, this is happening. And
do you think maybe they realised they didn't think Inside Out was going to be that successful, and maybe they're just pushing that more? Because that might explain why they put out 2 films this year.
This must be one of their off years if they're doing 2 films. I didn't think they're as big. They're both sort of new things, though. They're not like sequels, prequels, so I guess so, yeah.
There's something I want to talk about. One of the new ideas, which I am really excited for, which is the first time I've been legit excited for Pixar stuff in like years. Next year is apparently a film about Day of the Dead. You know what that is?
Go on, sort of.
The Mexican festival.
Yeah.
Do you remember at the beginning of Spectre?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing there. That's Day of the Dead. They want to do a film about that. That I want to see, because that is colourful, it's exciting. It's an interesting idea. You could do a darker Pixar film. I'd like that. If it ends up being whatever, at least it was a good attempt to do something new. There's not I haven't heard any other really new ideas in a long time. It's just a lot of it is just sequels. If you actually look at the release, the timetable of the stuff they're going to release, it's Good Dinosaur, which just come out.
Yeah.
Finding Dory, which comes out early next year, roughly early.
June-ish or May.
Yeah, roughly early. Then it's Toy Story 4.
The year after. Yeah.
Then it's Incredibles 2. Then it's Cars 4. And then that's all sequel stuff. Monsters Inc. Monsters University is a good example of what I'm talking about. Why did that need to be made? It's a good film.
Brilliant.
It is a good film. Don't get me wrong. But why did it need to be made? It's kind of pointless. It is a good, enjoyable film.
It still works without it. Yeah.
Shit. Got to get my prey. Please be out here. Damn it!
It does give us some more insight into the characters.
I know, but it's
still funny. I'm saying like the fucking quickest character development in the world with fucking Brandon.
Oh my god, that fucking bit is like I legit laughed at that bit when he opens the door and says, "My best friend," and it's Randall. I was like, oh my god, that is fucking brilliant. That made me laugh so much when I first watched it. Even though it was kind of like a predictable joke, it did make me laugh. Please give me a water sprite. Don't beat me up. Oh, actually, I forgot to go and water the plant downstairs. I'll go do that in a minute.
Fucking killed it again.
Ew. Let's get this one. What would you say is your favourite Pixar film? If you say Inside Out, I'm going to slap you. If you said A Good Dinosaur, I'll slap you.
It's always going to be the Toy Story franchise. I'm not going to pinpoint just one specific because they're all over the place.
I wouldn't say 3. I'd never say 3. 3 is a bit... It kind of felt a bit pointless.
I have stuff I like in it.
Yeah, there is good stuff. Holy shit, Lotso Bear is amazing. And Michael Keaton as fucking Ken. Oh my god, that's perfect. That is the best casting. And some of the jokes in it, like that Spanish Buzz Lightyear is amazing. But like, it story-wise, it doesn't really do anything new. It's kind of And I refuse to believe...
He's sort of moving on. To move on completely. That is them getting away from it. It ends it.
I want to just...
They started their journey and then they ended it.
I want to stop you there by saying the whole point of Toy Story 2 was them accepting that had to happen. You didn't need a film to show that.
I think it works. It makes it full circle. Full circle!
So, I think 2 is the best, to be honest. It told a great progression of the original story. Well, like, it was about... The first story was about them accepting they were toys. Then it was, okay, we're toys, but what happens when we break? Or something like that. And that was just a really interesting place for the story to go. Nan? She's not dead. Reminds me of The Office. She's not dead. Where's the fucking last one? There we go. I am most excited for Incredibles 2 though. I remember seeing that when it came out. We saw it on a Sunday late, like 11 o'clock. And I was 11, and staying up till 11 was like, oh, holy shit, I'm an adult now. And it was just a really exciting time to watch that. And it was just, I remember the GBA video game which my brother had. I used to play religiously. And like, I loved superheroes when I was growing up. So a superhero film, Brad Bird. Do you know what else Brad Bird has done?
No.
The Iron Giant. Have you seen that?
I know about it.
It is a fantastic film. You got him. One of Vin Diesel's best roles actually is just being a robot that barely says anything. And it's just really enjoyable, and it just tells a nice story about the Cold War, which is one you don't really get to hear that much. And it provides a nice context for all of the robot being feared as he does, because, you know, it was the Cold War. You didn't know what was going to happen. It was a crazy Russian invention. So, like, I love that film, and I just think Brad Bird doing a Incredibles sequel, especially because he's definitely on board for doing it.
Yeah.
Is like good, because like him doing especially like because it's like quite a classic superhero film. It's quite clearly set in the 60s, which I love. I love that about that. I will get you. Nowhere to run now, apart from in there.
Fuck it.
Got you, Mr. Boojangles. I think that was his name, or that was the last one. No! I'm tired!
Just determined not to save, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't want to save until the part's finished. Because if the part fucks up, we have to go back.
Fair enough.
Let me see if I can find... Oh no, I need the water one, don't I? Oh, we haven't talked about anything for the game for a long time. What do you think of the music of the game from the little I've heard of it?
Fair enough. It's pretty great. It's not going to be too over the top. It's just sort of there.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, that is a great theme. Oh, something we haven't mentioned. If you press A, Luigi does this. It is totally useless as a thing, but it adds kind of a lot to Luigi's character. It's kind of sweet. Okay, now we have to go next, but I want to get some water from downstairs. The fact he hums the theme is great as well. There's no music in any of the lit areas as well, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of odd.
Yes, I don't know. There's not a lot to this sort of sound to this game.
It's got good sound design, like we were talking about a couple of parts ago. I feel like it's got the right kind of like reverb and ow fuck. It's got the kind of like the right reverb in places, and it's just genuinely quite enjoyable to listen to. It's one of the first GameCube games that had. Well, it was one of the first GameCube games, but it had Dolby Surround on it as well. It's kind of cool.
Nice.
What other films are coming out next year, actually? Oh, Doctor Strange, the new Marvel film. I'm excited for that. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. And that's the thing they were talking about doing with Marvel. Every year, they want to try and aim for a sequel and an original character. Which
Not a bad goal.
Yeah, but like... I don't want more 4 sequels, George. Oh, did you hear about 4-3? The Hulk's going to be in it.
Okay.
Yep, that's kind of interesting. Maybe because they realised that 4-2 was boring as shit. He's going to be... That's basically... He's going to explain where he went at the end of Age of Ultron, basically.
Right.
You can kind of kill these elemental guys just by doing that. Bye. That was kind of dark. It's a rich man's world.
There's a lot of stuff going on next year.
What are you looking at?
No, sorry, that was something else.
Ah!
The Star Wars again, isn't there? Rogue One.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm not excited for that. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Guess who's directing it?
No idea.
It's not Lucas, don't worry. Gareth Edwards.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, Monsters was so good.
Monsters has shaped my outlook on life.
And Godzilla was so good. Never do another sequel to that.
No.
Never do another film, Gareth Edwards. You fucking suck at it. Oh my god. I can't explain how to everyone who hasn't seen that how boring that film actually is. I didn't watch it for fucking political intrigue.
No.
I watched it for fucking Godzilla!
Still waiting on my Megalon kick.
Okay, this is an optional... I think this is an optional ghost actually, but we'll get him anyway. He likes pull. Do you want to maybe hit those balls? Here we go. Come here, you bitch. There we go. Oh, fuck! Oh no, you have to hit them all then. Okay, now we have to wait for him to go all the way around again. We're doing well with the coins actually. Look how much we got.
I'm doing pretty well, yeah.
Let's try again. What a shot! This depth perception. There we go. It's kind of tricky to get ghosts when they're standing like right in front of you. Actually, I've noticed. He's running. Well, he's playing pool to be fair. You don't have to be physically fit to play that. I think we'll capture this guy, get the boo. No, actually, no, go in the next room, get that ghost, that boo as well, and we'll call it a part, to be honest. Yeah.
I might check what else is coming up next year, but I think we've covered the main sort of things.
I can't remember what this guy's name is.
Dave.
No, you know what'd be great?
Oh, X-Men Apocalypse.
Do you know what'd be really great? If his name was Paul. That'd be a great pun, but I don't think Nintendo have got it in them to hurt people that bad.
We actually forgot about quite a lot looking at all of this.
Like what?
Right, let's go from the top. So, the X-Men Apocalypse.
I'm looking forward to that.
You've got Deadpool.
Not looking forward to that.
You've got Suicide Squad.
Not looking forward to that.
There's the new Ghostbusters.
Don't give a shit about that.
Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, I'm really not looking forward to that. Holy shit!
There's a new Alice in Wonderland film.
I really don't give a shit about that. Oh my god!
It's the BFG.
Why?
It's supposed to be quite good.
David Jason was fine as the BFG. Yeah, he was the BFG in the original film.
The Angry Birds movie.
Oh.
I think we've come to the sort of
I'm looking forward to X-Men Apocalypse though, because I love X-Men.
Dirty Grandpa. Is this like a bad Grandpa sequel? Or is it
Fucking-
something else?
Are you looking at the wrong site?
I might be. I think I'm wrong. I'm definitely wrong. It's got Zac Efron in it.
I think you're looking at the wrong site, George.
Oh, on the Dad's Army movie.
Why? Why? Oh my god, why is that being made?
Shits and giggles.
Shits and gigs. Okay, let's go in this room. This room's kind of interesting because you remember what I said about the mirror room earlier. Watch this. Kind of have to use the shadows on the.
Okay, that's quite cool.
It's a nice lighting effect. Again, that's a way of we were talking earlier about using the hardware for new games and that. This is the way they use the new hardware.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shadows and reflections.
I mean, you wouldn't have been able to get away with that on an N64.
It would look weird.
Have you seen the models for GoldenEye? Those things have not fucking aged well. Karate chop action! We need to do that as a versus one day.
So shit.
Karate chop action! Is that from Toy Story?
Oh, I should know this.
It is. Remember when he's like, Buzz Lightyear, you fly, karate chop action!
Karate chop in action.
That's it. Karate chop action! Oh, there's so many ghosts. Says Luigi. You can sum up this game. Luigi Mansion 2. It's too many ghosts. 7 out of 10. Ugh! Is that the Weeping Angels for a second there? Luigi's Mansion. Too many ghosts. Not enough water. Did you hear about that really infamous IGN review?
What for this?
No, not for this. You know, Pokemon, Alpha Red or whatever.
Oh yeah.
No, Alpha Ruby. That's it. Omega Ruby. Sorry. It said too much water. 8 out of 10.
That really doesn't surprise me.
Such a stupid fucking review. Okay, what's in this one? I don't remember what's in this. Oh, it's a glove. Ugh, it's a little sweaty. Oh.
Is it Michael Jackson's?
Okay, before we end the part, would you like to... Before we end the part, would you like to hear a really great Michael Jackson joke?
Go on then.
When he was dead, laying on the floor, his family found him, but they left him for a while because they thought he was just looking for the other glove. We'll see you next time in Luigi's Mansion playthrough. But bye for now.